What up, boys and girls? We are live. It is Monday. We are in the dog days of August, and we got an interesting slate today. I'm gonna let a few people join in here as we're getting going. So let's change up the background a little bit today and see if I can see any better. All right. What's up, boys and girls? There we go. All right. Mm, all right. What's going on? Well, got an 8 game slate today, and right. The question is to glass now or not to glass now. Currently at 40%, he won't make my SE. He'll make my 3 max pool. He's got to be in play today. What I'm hoping is his 10-2 price and 40% ownership keeps him down a little bit. Maybe we'll see some adjustments as we get a little later. Philly has a high enough K rate the last 2 weeks. 24%. It's not the Sox or the Giants or anything crazy, but it's definitely up there. And if I'm GPP, I'd probably be level with the field. It's hard not to like JP Sears today. If his ownership stays below 20% too, like that'd be amazing. The Sox K rate versus lefties the last 15 days is 36%. I mean, that's just a wild number. He's $7,700. I think we see some ownership go up. The other side is I like Nola today. Nola's easy to like at only 8,800. That lineup the Dodgers are trotting out right now is ugly. All he's got to do is just walk Shohei. Just intentionally walk him. Like, I wouldn't even let Shohei hit. Like, they bat Shohei leadoff, put him on first base. Just put him on. Like, it's if they pitch around him, because that lineup's been pretty bad behind him. And then the other 8,000 guys, I don't mind some Webby today. I don't hate him though. My only issue is they're middle of the road on strikeouts. They don't strike out a ton on this slate. But that Washington lineup also isn't the same for me. I like Wood, but isn't the same there without Thomas. And then a couple of the big ones, like everybody's going to debate on, is can I throw Nick Martinez today? I'm starting him in season long, and that Miami lineup's just interesting. I think they don't walk a ton. I think they can enough that at his salary he can deliver. The real other side I like for the cheap pitcher is, and he's getting some ownership now, is Festa. Kid's got a good young arm. He's not going down anytime soon. He should get 2 starts this week. Like if you ask me, do I want to throw Festa or Brown or Allen or Paxton or Hendricks? It's Festa. It's not close. So that's my other, one pay down spot I like. I'm not going to mess with John and Cannon versus the A's. They can hit too many home runs. GPP wise, I'm going to have I'd have some Gallon exposure. I'd have a little bit of Hunter, but I'd be very underweight on the field. But those are the guys I like pitching today. Like I might even go gross and go like a Nick Martinez Festa, just because nobody's going to throw that. Like that's, and like single entry 3 max, nobody's going to get crazy enough to like do that. And it's going to open up the door for so many bats. It's hard not to. The problem is how they project. I think another interesting spot is throw Sears with Martinez, throw Sears with Festa. So those are 2 spots I like. And then let's look at ownership on stacks. Let's see where we're landing right now. Haven't looked at it in a couple hours. So, actually, wow. Okay. The 20s aren't as high as I thought they were going to be. They're at home versus the Cubs. I kind of like their lineup today. I think that's an interesting spot. I thought they'd be a lot higher owned at this point. against Hendricks. So, give me Lewis. They got Wallner batting cleanup. Kepler's fifth. You can punt some salary with Austin Martin. Castro leading off again. So, that might be an interesting stack too. I could go Festa and might, four stack the 20s. So that's an interesting spot for me today. Right now, the Giants are super chalk. As far as ownership goes, I can't say that totally shocks me against Corbin today. One of the things to look at, is let's go look at that matchup a little closer here. Some of these guys just own them. Don't forget about Kana today. 26 at bats lifetime, 462. Conforto just owns him. Conforto's, which is kind of surprising, but Conforto owns him. So I kind of like Kana, Conforto. Fitzy is still just on fire, and he's still pretty cheap from a lineup standpoint. So looking at ownership on the stacks, I definitely like that there. I think KC is going to get some ownership. The Red Sox should see some. I think the D-backs will see some as far as that goes. But, give me some Giants twin stacks today. I think that could be an interesting spot. Let's go to lineups. Let's see what we got. All right. I don't love the D-backs lineup today, but the total's 8.5. I'm not on the Guardian side. I'll just trust Gallen and try to fade him there. It's hard not to like the Reds, some of the Reds against Munoz. Friedel's batting cleanup. I really like that. Ty France is really cheap if you want to punt first. Ellie's come down a little bit of price. I'm not interested in the Marlins today. I actually think Martinez will do all right. And my issue again for Webby today is they just, besides Wood, nobody really strikes out on the Nats. Again, love the Giants side. Total's 9 in that game. Fitzy's batting leadoff. Canna's batting second. He's only 3,500. Conforto's only 3,800. I'm definitely gonna, have exposure there today. You can punt it also if you want to punt. Casey Schmidt's only at second base, only 2,600. I'm not really interested in the Astros Rangers other than Seager. That's a spot. I think Jung will get going at some point. I don't know today's the day. And I'm not big on the Astros in that game, even though the total's 8.5. Again, like I said, I like the 20s. Only downside, the wind's blowing in a little bit in Chicago, but give me that top half of that, line up there. Lewis, Larnick, Wallner. I like that side. I'm not really scared of the Cubs today. The Royals getting ownership against old man Paxton doesn't shock me. Continue to play wit. Vinny P's been on fire. I kind of like I like what Vinny P's been doing lately. He's in an interesting spot. I'll definitely have some exposure and 3 max to him. Boston hasn't seen a ton of Seager besides Rafi. So, and then same on the other side, a bunch of KC guys haven't seen a ton of Paxton. So that could be an interesting spot on what they do and how they go there. So I'm going to try to take a little bit of advantage of that. And then, the total's 10. I just think all the ownerships on the KC side, I wouldn't mind a little ownership off of that to offset it. A's Sox, right? We know how dominant they got to be, on their home runs. So I'll be interested what lineup we get from the A's. I'm going to who I play from there. It's going to be determined. I'm going to throw Sears. If he stays at his current ownership, we'll keep an eye on that. And then I got to pitch. I just got to play some Phillies against Glass now just because of game theory. Right? Once we get that lineup, give me some, if he's going to be 40% plus owned, I want some Phillies bats. The thing I don't like is, the total 7.5. They're basically thinking it'll be a low score game. And again, all they really got to do is, Nola's got to do is avoid Ohtani and Smith today. And I think he'll be fine. I just, again, they don't, nobody scares me there. I like Trey probably the best from the Philly side, and where it's going there. So, and some of the guys haven't hit Nola well in his career, so I'll be interested to see the lineup they throw out. Like Will Smith is batting 118 lifetime against Nola, so I kind of think Nola's some leverage in that spot today. As far as taking advantage there. Like I said, I love that Minnesota's cheap. I think that helps today. And again, I'm gonna get interesting with this. I really don't know where I'm gonna land SE yet wise, but those are some spots I like today. Stuff I think we could take advantage of. Looking at ownership again. The Giants, Red Sox, Diamondbacks, KC are all high stack ownerships. And if we're betting, we were talking about a Discord a little bit earlier today. Do not forget, there was a big event, which means Castellanos is probably going to go yard, and you can get some decent odds on it for him to do that today. So if you guys got any questions, hit me up in Discord. We will talk to you soon.